Following on the feedback from flows and assertions concept video, this is building on that with automation in mind. This is just a bird's eye view of the flow of how we're thinking about the system and user flow touchpoints. I'll share the link in the description. Jumping more into the weeds in the prototype, here the user lands on prevent in the flows section and is presented with automatically created flows. So for example, here we see a recent replay, which I'm going to go ahead and play. And the assertion types that were automatically created, as well as the justification the system is making for why we were saying the assertions are failing. And we have points of evidence with previous session replays that it was compared against. Lastly, in this details page, it links to auto-created issues where the assertions were failed. So for every assertion created and checked for, and failed, an issue is automatically created then thereafter. Going back to the flows page, another layer of automation is in suggested flows. So in this one, we're seeing it's been identified as a common workflow per session replays that are incoming. So it's a login flow here, and from there, a flow can be created based on that. And then lastly, in terms of another creation method is in production. So we're looking at the production UI, and we can actually create a recording based on that. So I'm going to start that recording and go ahead and go through this flow. And I'm going to stop that. And so now we've created a login flow. There is already a suggested prompt here by the system and suggestions by the system. And I can actually add in some edits to this. And then that updates the prompt, and now we see a new assertion here. And then the user can even edit that because it might not be exact, or in this case, it should be the login page, something just the usernames. The AI made its best guess, and then we can use this suggestion, and then it updates to that. There's still the manual assertion workflow that we went through in the previous video, and then just some quick out-of-the-box ones that can be added. Again, each of these assertions, if they're failing, if the system identifies them as failing, it'll create an issue. Okay, so those are some points of automation.